So very good evening and welcome you to this particular course on HR analytics, and we are going to see a topic from unit 3 which is actually predictive HR analytics. So let us get into this topic and understand it much better. Right. Predictive HR analytics, as the term says, so we already know what is, we've already seen what is HR analytics, and we already also the word predictive means actually to predict something, actually do using various techniques, for example, like forecasting. So predictive HR analytics is actually a concept where an organization uses data techniques. So there are various data techniques, which is statistical and mathematical techniques. For what? They use to forecast some very, very important HR outcomes. And we'll also see in the later what do you mean by an HR outcomes and also the trends in HR. Now, this strategical shift, so because this is a very, very important shift, organizations today they need to be active rather than being proactive. So they have to be proactive rather than being reactive. And the decision also today, it is not based on a gut feeling or it is based on experience. It's today we have moved into a data-driven decision world because we are in the age of AI. So predictive HR analytics helps to do all that, and so also leading to a significant enhancement in talent management and overall business success. So this is actually a very, this is the opening statement with respect to predictive HR analytics. And let us get into a little bit more deeper of what is actually predictive HR analytics. Predictive HR analytics is actually definitely is going to analyze data, as we can already see since you are in HR analytics. So the data is actually the historical data. So or also the current data. It doesn't mean that only historical and current data. It actually uses a lot of algorithms which are built on mathematical and statistical models, and then they actually do a lot of scrutinizing is being done. And based on that, there are models which can actually predict the various outcomes. For example, if you talk about employee attrition, will this employee leave the company or not? Now, when a good predictive HR model, analytical model can reasonably predict. And decision support is definitely the backbone of HR analytics. Today, a lot of critical HR decisions have to be taken across the entire life cycle of an employee. For example, optimizing the recruitment strategies and to enhance retention. And also, for example, the key thing is actually to manage the performance of the employees. So these are all predictive HR analytics is going to be a very, very big support system for the HR department in an organization. And predictive HR analytics is actually going to look at the future events. Unlike the descriptive analytics is actually going to only see the past data, but predictive analytics is going to leverage and use the trends of the future. Okay. And they employ a lot of sophisticated mathematical and statistical techniques, for example, like machine algorithm and data mining, where a lot of hidden patterns are being revealed. Now, this is a graph which shows actually the employee turnover rate. Now, the key benefits are very clear. It definitely is going to reduce the employee turnover. And that means saving a lot of cost for an organization. So because every new hire is going to cost more cost, and also training of the employee, making settle down and making perform, that cycle is going to take a lot of time, and that is definitely going to cost. So it is being told that predictive HR analytics is actually saving 150 to 400% on average. And it also optimizes the recruitment process. Now, which is the source where you should hire from, what are the channels, and also reducing the time to hire. And also the third benefit, it is also the planning part, the workforce planning part is significantly enhanced with respect to predictive analytics. For example, if there is a future skill gap, that has actually been really pinpointed by the predictive HR analytics. And also proactive talent development and training initiatives. Now, some of the common areas where this prediction is analytics is attrition prediction. It's a very, very important area because an organization as an HR department, it is very important you know that which are the employees who are at risk who are going to leave it. So that what happens, we can work out a targeted retention strategies for them. And hiring optimization. So, which is the best channel for hiring a candidate, and how to get a candidate which has got a good fit. And then performance foresight. That means it's very important. Performance monitoring uh, to identify how is the performance of a particular employee, anticipate the future performance and all. Engagement monitoring, and what are the how are the various engagement activities which is being currently working in the organization, how it is actually the engagement programs working, and what is the impact of the employees. All this actually predictive analytics actually plays a very big role. And this is some of the data. Only 17% of the organization currently actually they are using the HR data fully, and there's a huge scope because predictive analytics works on a data and a technology foundation. And cloud storage today is also, for in terms of data storage today, data is actually stored on cloud. So saving a lot of unnecessary expensive servers from the organization point of view. And these are some of the predictive modeling techniques. Decision tree is a very, very advanced technique where it works on a simple concept like a tree and a branch model. And machine learning, as you know, is a very advanced statistical method where machines actually learn based on a training data set, and based on that, they actually predict a lot of outcomes. And scenario modeling is actually a concept where actually a situation is actually modeled, and then simulation is based on that particular scenario model. Continuous refinements. And real world examples, these are some of the real world examples where the predictive HR analytics has really played a very, very important role. For example, if we talk about Google, Cisco, and American Express, they actually have used very extensively this predictive analytics in terms of improvement of the recruitment process, talent optimization, retention, and improving the employee performance. So overall, and these are some of the predictive tools in 2025, SAP Analytics. IBM or Watson Studies are very famous, Data Robot and SAS, JVIA, and one model. So these are all very, very leading predictive HR analytics tools in the area 2025. And these are some of the best practices for implementation. And here are the keys, for example, the training teams and maintaining human size, because an analytics definitely cannot replace a human judgment. So analytics definitely has to augment and not replace. And the future for predictive analytics looks very exciting because it leads to significant cost savings and also going to improve the retention and overall performance. And today, with respect to AI and machine learning coming in very, very strongly, so these HR predictive models are becoming very, very more and more accurate, and offering a very significant competitive advantage for the organization. So thank you very much, and looking forward to see you in the next session.